Watonga, Oklahoma. Population 3,000 people. One stoplight. Dirt roads turning to pavement. In January 1964, a 26-year-old ex-Marine with 2 kids, no job, and $5,000 borrowed from his wife's parents walked into an abandoned gas station on the edge of that town and leased it for cheap. That's it. That's the whole plan. No investors, no MBA, no business model written on a napkin. Just a broke young man, an empty station, and a borrowed $5,000. That man built the 14th largest private company in America. $24 billion in annual revenue. Still family-owned, never sold, not once. You've driven past a Love's travel stop your entire life. That red and green sign on the interstate, those massive parking lots full of 18-wheelers. You passed it at 70 miles an hour and didn't think twice. But here's what nobody ever told you. Love's survived something that killed hundreds of its competitors. It survived something that almost wiped it off the map entirely. And the moment it almost died is the exact moment it became unstoppable. 1. The crisis that should have ended everything and why it didn't. 2. The decision that Tom Love made that nobody else in his industry was willing to make. 3. The one thing that separates Love's from every competitor in America. The one thing that cannot be bought, cannot be copied, and cannot be taken away. Stay until the end, because the most important moment in this story has nothing to do with money. Tom Love was born in Oklahoma City in 1937. Chickasaw heritage on both sides of his family. He played college football, did a stint in the Marines, got married to Judy in 1961. 2 kids, no job, $5,000 borrowed from Judy's parents. That's the balance sheet of a man about to build an empire. The abandoned gas station in Watonga, it wasn't a Love's, not yet. It wasn't anything impressive. Tom himself said it. That location was not a Love's store. It was just a very low-grade filling station. But here's the thing about starting low. When you start low, every move is up. Within 8 years, Tom and Judy had opened 40 stations across western Oklahoma. Their company was called Musket Corporation, not Love's yet. That name came later. 40 stations, from 1 in 8 years. And here's the detail most people miss. It wasn't just hustle, it was innovation. Love's introduced extended service hours before anyone else. 24 hours, 7 days a week. In 1964, that was radical. Most stations closed at 6, closed on Sundays, closed on holidays. Tom Love looked at the American road, at the truckers who drove through the night, at the families who ran out of gas at midnight, and made a simple decision. We stay open. Always. For everyone. That single decision built the loyalty that would carry the company through the worst crisis it would ever face. 1973, October. OPEC announces an oil embargo against the United States. Overnight, gasoline disappears. Lines at stations stretching for miles, stations running dry, fights breaking out at pumps, the federal government imposing allocation rules, Nixon implementing price and wage controls. The entire American fuel industry frozen. For a company built on selling gasoline, this was extinction-level event. Tom Love said it himself. It made our model of filling stations very vulnerable. We couldn't find fuel. It was really nip and tuck. Nip and tuck means almost dead. Hundreds of independent gas station operators couldn't survive the shortage. They closed, they sold, they disappeared. And Tom Love, standing in front of an empire he'd spent 9 years building, faced a choice: adapt or die. He adapted, and what he adapted into changed American road culture forever. Here's what he saw. Convenience stores existed, gas stations existed, but nobody had combined them. Tom Love did. In 1972, he opened the first Love's Country Store in Guymon, Oklahoma, a convenience store with a gas station attached, self-service fuel, food, merchandise, extended hours. The first of its kind in America. And then, the embargo hit, and while every other gas station operator was scrambling, Love's was already something different. The truckers who couldn't find fuel anywhere else, they came to Love's. Because Love's always found a way to keep the pumps running. Always. Tom Love bought fuel at retail from other dealers at a loss just to keep the pumps flowing. He lost money on every gallon and earned the loyalty of every trucker in Oklahoma. That loyalty, that reputation, you can't buy it, you can't build it in a marketing meeting. It gets built in a crisis when everyone else closes their pumps and you keep yours open. 1981, Interstate 40, Amarillo, Texas. Love's opens its first travel stop. Not a country store, a travel stop. Bigger, different, built specifically for one customer. The long-haul truck driver. Diesel fuel, hot food, showers, truck parking, everything a driver needs after 12 hours behind the wheel. This was the decision that nobody else was willing to make. In 1981, the trucking industry had just been deregulated. Suddenly, there were more trucks on American roads than ever before. More drivers, more freight, more miles, and almost nowhere to stop. The existing truck stop industry was fragmented, old, poorly maintained, built for a different era. Tom Love looked at that gap and filled it, not just with fuel, with dignity. Clean restrooms, hot food, safe parking, a shower that actually worked. Things that sound obvious now, in 1981, revolutionary. Tom Love's son Greg once said, "Dad always said, take care of the driver. The driver is everything." That's it. That's the strategy. Take care of the driver. While competitors were cutting costs on maintenance, cutting hours, cutting quality, Love's was doing the opposite, investing more, hiring more, building bigger. By 1981, 100 Love's Country stores were in operation across America. And Tom Love was building something his competitors couldn't understand, not just a truck stop chain, a relationship with every driver who ever stopped, showered, and ate and got back on the road at a Love's. In 2017, Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway bought a 39% stake in Pilot Flying J, Love's main competitor. By 2024, Berkshire owned all of Pilot Flying J. Travel Centers of America, bought by BP in 2023. The entire industry is being consolidated, bought up, absorbed. Everyone sold. Except Love's. Love's has never sold a single share to an outside investor, not one, in 60 years of operation. Through oil embargoes, recessions, deregulation, pandemics, industry consolidation, the Love family has never sold. Tom Love answered the question himself. To hang around for 50 years is prima facie evidence of an entrepreneurial and innovative spirit. That I can guarantee you. Not planned, not genius, staying power, showing up every day for 60 years. Today, Love's operates more than 650 locations in 42 states, 40,000 employees, a revenue of $24 billion. Forbes ranked it as the 14th largest private company in America. The 14th largest private company in America started with $5,000 borrowed from Judy's parents in a town with one stoplight. Tom Love died on March 7, 2023. He was 85 years old. 3 of their 4 children run it today. Frank and Greg Love are co-CEOs. Jenny Love Mayer is Chief Culture Officer. The Love family, still in charge, still private, still open 24 hours. Just like Tom said they would be in 1964 in Watonga, Oklahoma, with one stoplight. Not every empire is built on genius. Not every empire is built on a master plan. Some empires are built on one decision, made in a crisis. When every competitor closes their pumps, you keep yours open. Do that for 60 years, and you build something that Warren Buffett couldn't buy. Subscribe, because next week we go inside a man who started with nothing, drove trucks across America for 15 years, and built one of the most consequential partnerships in the history of American logistics. You already know his name.